Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame. I hope that y'all are having a wonderful day. I know that I have. It is hot, but I'm on the inside, so I'm all right. Y'all make sure that if you have to be out and about, stay hydrated and stay cool. Anyway, y'all, let me go ahead and get into this Games People Play good old review. So, okay, y'all. So, my friend was texting me, asking me some questions about some stuff that I heard about Jackie Christie. I might do a thoughts video about that and some other things. But anyway, y'all, tell me why. Old girl Vanessa sat up here, had sex with that dude Bryce, and just as I suspected, there was no condom. Now, I don't understand why they do this on TV shows, on movies, whatever. They'll sit up there and they will have sex with these people. And nobody says, hey, do you have a condom? We just want to have diseases and babies everywhere, I guess. I'm just like, I don't understand what's so hard. Y'all, but anyway, so apparently she wanted to be dumb and she didn't use a condom. And so she ended up going to some sort of pharmacy and getting Plan B. And so she got home, she took it, and she threw the box away in the trash can. I was like, girl. So she thought about it, and then she moved it out of the trash can and took it outside to the outside trash can for it to be picked up. But she set it on top of an open trash bag that was on the inside of the trash can. I was like, girl, that's even more dumb. And then she ended up taking it out of that and stuffing it behind some stuff in the trash can, like deep down. So I was like, okay, I like you got some sense. Goodness gracious. So anyway, like I said, she took that, went on about her business, and I was just like, girl. So anyway, she sat up there. After she took that, she went and took a shower as if she was washing away all of her sins from having sex with Bryce. And she was having flashbacks of the moments that they were sharing while they were having sex and just basically reminiscing on what was going on. And I was just like, girl, you can't scrub it away. So I don't know why you scrubbing like that. So anyway, she ended up doing all that and, eventually trying to go to sleep. So I was just like, girl, stop. So anyway, the next day, her line sister, Nia and MJ, they were at work. Nia is not here for nightlife, partying and all that, late partying and all that stuff. She came into work not looking her best. Even though I don't think she looked that bad, I've seen people who have corporate jobs who sometimes come in looking nowhere near as nice as, to me, I felt that she looked. But anyway, she didn't look how she needed to look. MJ read a little bit about that, and apparently she had a hangover as well. So there's that. I'm just like, girl. So yeah. This thing is getting on my nerves. I don't know why this is here, but it's getting on my nerves. Trying to make it go away. I don't know why that's there. Okay. Anyway, y'all, I had something that was doing something on my phone. It was getting on my nerves. But anyway, so they were talking about the night before and whatever. So then eventually Vanessa popped up on her and they were going to go out for lunch together. So they went out for lunch. And because Nia is hungover and still not 100% because of all the partying she did the night before, she didn't eat anything. She just had like some tea, like sweet tea, like cold. And Vanessa was like, you're not going to eat anything? And she was just like, girl, no. So whatever. But the meat and potatoes of what happened was that she ended up talking to her and she told her that, some things went down between her and Bryce. And her friend was like, good for you. Y'all don't understand. She kills me. But, you know, all the stuff that she's been through with him, her husband, you know, I get it. But at the same time, I just kind of wish she would have just left him. And then if old dude is single, I have no idea if he's even single, because this could be a situation where he just so happens to be saying the right things and he is available when she's available, and he might have a whole wife, girlfriend, or whatever situation somewhere else. I don't know. But, you know, I just wish she would have been completely done with him before she stepped out and had sex with somebody else. But who am I? I ain't nobody. So anyway, you know, she just told her, like, you know, I can't judge you. I can't say nothing about that. But, you know, she actually has only been with Marcus. They've been together on and off since they were in high school. And he's the only guy she's ever been with sexually. And he's all she knows. And I was just like, whoa, wait a minute. Yo, whoa. That's a lie. Okay, cool. But, yeah. So, what else happened? Tell me while they were talking, Nia gets a friend request of some sort from the girl who slept with Vanessa's husband. What's her name? Layla. And I'm just like, girl, you doing the most. She looked at that message long and hard like, girl. So anyway. Oh, let's see. So, I forgot to mention that, what's his name? Kareem popped up at his mama's house. She was cooking breakfast, and him and the girl who was his ex, who they just seemed to be in a complicated relationship. That's what I'm gonna call it, because it don't make no sense. But they popped up together and basically invited themselves in. I mean, she invited them in, but you know, it was unexpected. So anyway, she was cooking and they made themselves a plate. And I was just like, y'all doing the most. And she had company in the back, and the company was old dude who, I think it's the same guy, because I actually have been seeing him in another show recently. So I hope I'm not mixing it up. That might be what it is. But anyway, I'm thinking it's the guy, what was his name? Jamal or something. He in the back, and they, you know, him and his mama be screwing whenever, however, whatever, however the song go. And, you know, so eventually, they, well, I can't even say that part yet. Y'all, I can't even believe I skipped all the way over that. So anyway, they were over there, and, you know, she was kind of trying to make small talk and hoping that they would go on ahead and eat and leave. So in the midst of them being there, Vanessa called Kareem to see where he was, because she was trying to get some stuff squared away for her portion of the winery. Because I think she's trying to do an LLC. So anyway, she was trying to figure out what this big sum of money was that was missing. And the person that she called, I guess the money manager, they were like, well, you know, I'm not sure what it is. The only people who are account holders who can sign or whatever is you and your husband. So since she knows that he usually knows the ins and outs of what he's using money for, she called him and was like, look, I need to talk to you in person. And so he was like, look, man, what you want? And she was like, look, I just need to talk to you in person. Where are you? We need to talk right now. And so he was like, look, I ain't got time for this. I'm at my mama's house. And so she was like, oh, you at your mama's house? Oh, okay. And so he was like, don't be coming over to my mama's house. So she hung up the phone, and she gonna go over there. So anyway, she ended up going over there, popped up at the house, and acted like, you know, trying to halfway be cordial to his mama. Was like, hey, Mrs. I forgot what her name is. And, you know, she was like, oh, I know who you are, or whatever, y'all. So anyway, she was able to talk to him outside, and she was trying to get down to the bottom of where this money went, because it was like $50,000 or something like that. And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Even though I do things for him, I don't know where that money went, or who it was for, or if it was for anybody in particular. I don't know. You need to ask your husband. And so she was like, well, I know that, and you know everything else. So I know you know where this money went, y'all. Anyway, she basically got nowhere and she left. So the only thing that kind of saved him from having to try to pull some more stuff out of his behind to lie about was the fact that his mama was like, Kareem, don't forget that somebody closed at 5 today or whatever. So she basically made up a lie so that she would have to stop trying to press him. And then she left, y'all. So I was like, oh, Lord. So when she left, he was like, oh, my gosh, Mom, thank you for saving me. And so she was like, whatever. Y'all, so anyway, eventually, old dude, they all left. And so her little, whatever you want to call him, he came from out of the back. And he was like, oh, I thought they would never leave. And I can't with their little whatever their situation is either. It's just like the son and the mama got raggedy types of relationship type of situations trying to go on. But anyway, whatever. And I forgot to mention, Bryce actually called Vanessa like the day after, and they FaceTime one another. Whatever. She looked around like, oh, let me see if anybody at the house. I'm like, girl. Anyway, they FaceTimed, and he was like, I just wanted to skip the 3-day rule of just waiting, but I just wanted to see how you were doing or whatever. Tried to make small talk, and then she was like, well, I actually was in the middle of something, and she would get back to him later or whatever. So I just wanted to make sure I put that in there and said that because I sure forgot. Nia came back from her lunch date with Vanessa, and MJ told her that she had a handsome visitor. And it ended up being her actual boyfriend, the nerdy IT guy. I don't know why I can't remember his name right now, but yeah. He popped up on her, and she was looking more shocked than happy. You know why? Because the ex is around, the ex Terrence. Well, I know the ex name, but I don't know his. Like, that's crazy. So, Marcus flew back in town because I think they had one of their away games, and usually Kareem picks him up. And remember last time or the time before last, they really got into a full fist fight and all that. And so he got off. He came through his gate or whatever you want to call it. He was like, I didn't think you'd be here this time. And Kareem was even like, well, me either, because I don't know if I would have showed up after that. We both got to fight. Oh, you call you an Uber or somebody. You know what I'm saying? You got enough money. You can do that. But yeah. So that's when he, of course he showed up because he needed to tell him that his wife was sniffing around trying to figure out what that money was for. So I was like, Lord, y'all was doing the most to try to be secretive. Okay, so Nia and her boyfriend are at her home, the place that she lives while she's out there on that job, because they have like a place together that's really his, if we are really going to be honest about it. And so she had to move away from there in order to take the job. So anyway, he came over for the first time, and he was like, oh, this couch is so nice. She did end up getting that red vintage couch that she saw at that pop-up vintage shop. So she was acting super awkward. I'm like, girl, why are you bringing unwanted and extra attention to yourself that's not needed? Like, that makes you look guilty. So anyway, he basically had to tell her to come and join him on the sofa, the couch, whatever you want to call it. And, he's like, yeah, this is nice. Like, he kills me. He's one of those super nerdy guys that, like, smiles, like, so much. Like, if you see the show, y'all know what I'm talking about. But he is like really, really, really here for her, and I'm here for it too. So anyway, it's just like an awkward moment. So anyway, apparently Kareem invited his situation, or whatever you want to call her, to a pool party. Excuse me. And she got there super early. Nobody's there yet, and it's gonna be at Vanessa and Marcus's home. And so the maid answered the door and she was trying to tell the woman how to say her name, and she ended up having an attitude with her. And I'm like, Lord. So anyway, apparently this girl likes to steal and stuff. So she walked up in there, was trying to steal stuff, and he had to tell her to put stuff back. And so she was like, why should I? This is supposed to be yours anyway. And I'm like, oh my gosh, but y'all ain't even together. Y'all probably weren't even gonna be together if he actually would have made it. So I can't do it. Anyway, they got into a whole fight. And, she ended up leaving. She was in her feelings and she left. I was like, Lord, y'all just need to stop. Y'all, so Layla is so stupid. She's sitting up here doing stupid stuff for the gram. She's making it seem like she's in China or somewhere and everybody know the background fake. It's like, girl, stop. So anyway, so I can get her part of it over with, because it was pretty boring in relation to her this time. At least what I saw. I think I saw, excuse me, I think I saw everything I need to see on her. If I remember something else, I'll tell y'all later. So anyway, she at the house. She keep changing her clothes. And Susie Q actually called her and asked her, was she down to do this job with her? And she said it was like $1,000 a pop or something like that. And so she was like, girl, yeah, I'm down for that. And so it's something outside of Roxanne. And so she was like, oh, okay, look at you. Because she's doing all this other extra stuff. And she's seeming like she's trying to have her own voice now. Because Susie Q is normally like, try to be by the book, or, think she gonna get in trouble. And she's always worried about getting in trouble and all this other stuff, instead of just living for the day. So she was like, oh, well, I got this gig and I want you to come do it with me or whatever. And so she was like, Roxanne don't know about this. What she don't know won't hurt her. So anyway, fast forward the day that they're supposed to go. So she's ready to go. And before she's going to go, actually, that detective who is trying to figure out for sure and get some information on Marcus came to her door, was asking her questions, wanted to know who, if she knew who he was, and, basically if she knew more than what she's leading on about. And so she basically made it plain and was like, look, I screwed him, and that's it. I don't know nothing else. And he's still parked outside of her place, like way after he'd already talked to her and she was done, actually done giving her statement or whatever. And so she's looking out the window, trying to see, I guess she was trying to see if he was still there and wanted to see if Susie Q is going to pull up. You know what I'm saying? Like she said she would. You know how you kind of try to keep a lookout if you have a ride. So that's what she seemed to have been doing. So then she gets a phone call and it's Susie Q. So she's calling her. She's like, hey, girl. And she's over here speaking as if it's okay that you're not going to be able to come. But she's doing that because those guys are on to her and they are trying to link up with her and they probably going to kill her. So, yeah. Because she was like, hey, girl. She was like, I'm ready. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry you're not going to be able to make it. She was like, no, but I just said. She was like, okay, bye. Whatever. Gave it a fake conversation for them. And I'm like, how dumb are they? They should have told her to put it on speakerphone because they would have known she was lying. But she basically trying to save Layla's life. So whatever, girl lies. Nobody had time. So anyway, Vanessa is at the house, laying by the pool, and got her legs out or whatever. So she's taking pictures of her legs and sending them to Bryce. And Bryce is sending her random pictures of himself too. And I'm just like, y'all doing the least. Go somewhere, and sit down. I'm tired. So Vanessa was kind of having like a little shindig, pretty much unofficial as far as I'm concerned, at the house. That is kind of a few people gathered around sampling the wine from the winery. And Marlo Hampton and Tiny popped up because they heard music. And I was just like, why are you here? Anyway, I was tired of my spirit. So Nia showed up with her boyfriend. His name is Eric. And Vanessa calls herself introducing Eric to everybody and calls him Terrence by mistake. And I was just like, girl, oh my God, no. And even Nia looked at her like, girl, if you don't get. I was tired of my spirit. So yeah, that happened. And Marcus introduced himself and, it was just a lot. MJ popped up, right? And Nia was like, MJ, well, what are you doing here? And he was like, yeah, I'll get to that in a minute after I have some of this champagne. But, you know, it actually wine, but he said champagne. So then he rolled up on, remember I told y'all before that, is her name Vanessa Simmons? Vanessa Simmons, whatever her character's name is on this show, her husband, he rolled up on her husband and was like, don't I know you from somewhere? And the way he said it, I was like, wait a minute. I need some popcorn for this. I need a sip or something for this. Don't I? What's going on here? And so I was like, oh my gosh, this dude actually might be on the low. It wouldn't surprise me. But anyway, so that happened. And eventually, as this shindig progresses, Kareem is there, and you know he already was there, so he pop up from out of nowhere, and he in his feelings, and he sees Marlo walk by, and so eventually they go somewhere and start screwing, and I'm just like, you just had a whole girlfriend earlier today, and now you screwing somebody else as if you didn't just, you know, have a girlfriend. But okay, I'm tired. So anyway, yeah. And Vanessa saw it, and she went on about her business. I was just like, oh no, y'all doing the most. So before Vanessa saw the screwing session, Eric, Vanessa Simmons' husband on here, and Marcus were all in the pool. They finally were able to convince him to get into the pool. He limping. Now, I'm guessing he got hurt from when he was tussling with Kareem. I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of because I ain't seen nothing else happen, so he might be injured. And I think I've seen a preview before where it was showing something saying that he might actually be injured and not to tell anybody. So I'm like, oh gosh. But he was limping, trying to get down into the pool, and he was really limping when he was getting out. So I was like, oh gosh, sir. So after they were done swimming, playing in the pool and all that stuff, Eric got out, dried out, put his clothes on, and he proceeded to ask his girlfriend, who was Terrence. And so she was very hush-mouthed and caught off guard by the fact that, you know, earlier in the day when he was mistakenly called that, he brushed it off and went on by his business. But now he's very present and in the moment, and he pulled her to the side and wanted to know what it is, what's up. So yeah, they ended up going back to her place. He packed his stuff. He's very serious. He is mad. Very, very mad at her. And, you know, she tried to explain who he was. And so he was like, wow, you know. So she sat up there, you know, didn't tell him that she was having any dealings. And my thing is, you're looking guilty. No matter if what you were doing was innocent, you're looking guilty because you didn't even bring it up. He was like, yeah, you know, I don't want them to come back, you know, and mess up our relationship. So I'm going to just tell you the situation that's going on. Vanessa asked me to call my ex because he owes me a favor. And so, you know, slim pickings everywhere else, and he would keep this low key. So I solicited his help in, you know, whatever situation is, whatever. But she didn't do that. And it's like, you could have simply just gave him common courtesy and told him that bit. But she didn't do nothing. And so now she is looking crazy, and he mad, and he packing his stuff and trying to leave. So eventually Marcus, later on that night after everybody left, he did tell his wife what the money was for, and it was for the cheerleader who is now dead, to basically go away. Well, not even really to go away. He said that it was to make sure that she would land on her feet, because after everything, you know, happened, she was going to get fired, or she did get fired. She wasn't going to have a job. So he wanted her to be able to do what she needed to do. And so he was like, oh, I mean, you know how most people, when you're angry or you're upset with somebody, you're going to hit below the belt. And, you know, it's kind of like poor whore type of situation. Was that was the type of energy that Vanessa had, because Vanessa is tired. Did I say Vanessa? Is her name Vanessa? See, I hate when people use names of people, these people's their real names in real life, and they have somebody in their name that. But anyway, Vanessa, not Vanessa Simmons. But anyway, So at least she knows what it is, but it's still unclear to me. Really, did she kill her? Did he kill her? Did anybody that's connected to him kill the girl or not? So yeah, don't know what's going on with that. So y'all, but guess what miracle happened? He actually has been doing what he needs to do and been being faithful for all of 2 days. So he was like, look, I want you to know that I can be trusted. So I'm gonna give you my phone and you can give me your phone. I'm gonna put your fingerprint in my phone so that you can have access to my phone. We can, whatever. And she was like, oh no, babe, I trust you. Y'all, because she got all them pictures coming in from him and she's sending him pictures, all her evidence, all her evidence on there. Of course, she been doing everything that dude been sending her. So, of course, she don't want to switch phones and do all this. And she don't trust him. But anyway, y'all, that's what she's doing. And she's trying to evade and all this other stuff. But anyway, that's all that happened on this episode, y'all. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed this recap. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comment section. How you think this is going to end up? Who is the one that y'all think actually killed this girl? You know what I'm saying? Let me know down in the comment section. Do y'all think that Marcus is going to be able to last any longer? Because he was looking real tempting when Marlo and Tiny walked up last episode. So just let me know down in the comment section what you think. You can like this if you want to. You can comment if you want to. I hope y'all have a nice evening, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.